So another one of my favorite movements is Celtic Weave. It's my favorite for many reasons. One, it cleans up your aura. It fills up your holes. It's your front line of defense, that auric field. It makes me feel safer. It makes me less vulnerable. The other reason, when I do the Celtic Weave modified, it also helps ground. It helps me be present and helps me ground. Grounding is not my strong suit, but at least now I know when I am and when I'm not, and I have a choice. So I adopted this Celtic Weave that incorporates really grounding personally to me. And so once you understand these movements and you're not so worried about the technical part or having it perfect, then you can notice, what do they actually do for me? You can actually notice how you feel or benefit by them. So we can routinely just do all these things, or we can really own it and do it with presence. And so the Celtic Weave, I just kind of rub my hands together and I just really stand. And then I take an inventory of my body. Now my physical body, if I tune into my physical body, that'll have me present. Have you ever had a day where it's at nighttime when you stop that you notice, oh, that really still hurts? But all day long you were busy enough that you didn't really notice that ache or that pain or that cranky joint. But as soon as you're quiet or alone or resting, it's calling your attention again. So if you'd been physically present and really present all day, you would have noticed it gnawing at you or having your attention. But because we're only semi here and busy enough and active enough, we can ignore certain things. It doesn't mean they're not there. So I find doing the Celtic Weave in this modified way for me is a great way to start and to end my day. So I just stand and my physical body, I check in with my shoulders, I check in with my jaw, I check in with all my favorite places that I collect and hold energy and tension. And so I just go through and I invite it to leave. I go through the inventory of my physical body, and anything that I'm experiencing, pain or tension, I invite it to leave. Then I go through the mental kind of and the emotional part. Is there anything I've said today I wished I'd said a little differently, or not at all? Is there anything I would have liked to have said that I didn't say? Here's my chance. I can say it now, or I can just acknowledge that that was so. So I'm really basically doing a check-in, and I'm validating and acknowledging whatever's going on in my mental, emotional, and physical bodies. And anything that I really would like to have different or be different, I just let it go for now. So I empty out anything really unwanted. And I just imagine it kind of just going down. And I actually can feel it going down in waves in my body. And I just invite it to leave. I give it the invitation deep down into the ground. And when I'm through the mental chatter and I'm done listening to whatever critics or whatever voices that I have my awareness on, then I remind myself. I feel the ground. I feel the solidness really that I'm standing upon. And I say, Lisa, you're standing right here, and this is your space. You have a right to be, and this is your space. And then I remind myself that the earth really is meant to support me right where I stand. Whether I'm in touch with why I'm standing here, or how did I get here, or what my purpose is in this moment, it doesn't really matter. I just remind myself that I'm standing on the earth. And in my heart of hearts, I believe that the earth is meant to support me in my journey, and this is where I am at the moment. And at this moment, I actually have less baggage because I just let all that go. So I take advantage of that moment where I'm carrying less burdens or baggage, and in reminding myself that the earth is meant to support me, I request of the earth what quality or feelings or whatever would have me feel supported by the earth in this moment. My default, if there's nothing really in particular going on, would be happy heart and quiet mind. If I had a happy heart and a quiet mind most of the time, I'd be really good. That's not the case. But this is my moment to have that if that's what I choose. But perhaps I have a day where there's some things happening that I'm not really looking forward to. I could always let go my trepidation or my anxiety or my concern or my worry. I can let go whatever I might be anticipating, and I can make the choice to just fill myself up with confidence, or fill myself up with a positive outcome, or fill myself up with something that would really be way more beneficial than worry. So, with that said, the last little sidebar that I'm going to give you is I've been doing it this way for a long time, years. And I always used to marvel that because I would just imagine myself starting to fill up. And there was always something about when the energy I was filling up with got between my knees and my thighs that I always felt bigger and I always felt taller. And it just occurred to me really not that long ago that large and small intestine are muscles down here. Fascia lata is large intestine, small intestine's quads. And here's the joke. What does small and large intestine do? It let goes of stuff so we can make new decisions. The joke really was on me. So when the energy filled up here, because I just got done clearing really these muscles because I let a bunch of stuff go, and now I'm introducing new things. So this would be the area where the energy was really palpable. When I got it past my calves and over my knees, all of a sudden I was bigger and I was lighter. So that was just a little sidebar. Maybe that matters to you and maybe it doesn't, but it was a mini epiphany for me. So I like when things make sense, and that just really made sense to me when I got it. So you may not want to become Spider Woman, but I always get the image of Spider Woman. I fill myself up and then I rub my hands together. And I remind myself that whether I can see the energy or not, I got palm chakras. And now I got beams shooting out of there. And since half the meridians either begin or end on my fingertips or toes, I just imagine ribbons of light. So I got these beams coming out of my palms and I got ribbons of light coming out here. And so when I go into the weave, and then we reach behind and turn our palms forward so we can scoop up all that energy we just shot behind us. And since my field has a long time history of not being attached to my body, I really weave close to my body and I roll my field onto my body really to reinforce my front line. So now without all the editorial, and if you would like to just Celtic Weave along with me, here's your chance. Okay, so the Celtic Weave modified, that includes really grounding as well, is we just stand and then we go through our personal inventory. Find that if we start at the physical body and place our attention there, it's the best. So here we go. I'm just doing inventory. Any tension, stress, strain in my body, I invite it to leave deep, deep down into the ground. Then we're going to go through the mental and emotional kind of bodies. Any dialogue, any chatter running around, invite it to leave. It doesn't have to permanently leave. We're just validating and acknowledging whatever's happening right now in our minds or our feelings, and we're inviting it to leave. Now we've created space by letting go of the tension and turmoil. And so we look at the ground, we remind ourselves that it's solid there and it's meant to support us right where we stand. And we make a request of the earth to fill us up with whatever quality might have us feel supported. A lot of times it's the antidote for what we just let go of. So now I'm just going to fill myself up with my default of happy heart and peaceful, quiet, calm mind. And I just imagine it filling all the way up, up, up. And then I'm going to rub my hands together, knowing that happy heart and peaceful mind, quiet, calm mind, is what is now going to emanate out through my hands, my fingertips, my palms, and that's what I'm weaving. So I'm going to breathe in, elbows together, and out. We lift behind, turn our palms forward so we can scoop up that energy and just bring it down our body any way that we choose. And you can end with Donna's favorite, Husband rushing in.